If you spend a few minutes on Twitter, I know, who would ever do such a thing? You'd be exposed to the countless idols being supposedly mistreated on a daily basis. It doesn't matter the company, the group, or the idol, it's happening to all of them. It's such a widespread phenomenon across the K-pop industry that fans have taken it upon themselves to pick up the mantle of championing this cause. Trending hashtags, sending protest trucks, boycotting releases, and heck, they'll even start harassing the other members of their idol's group, complaining how privileged they are to not be dealing with the same harsh treatment their own idol is enduring. All of this in an effort to combat a single struggle, the infamous underworked idol. This title is what I use to refer to any idol that has expectant fans waiting to see them in more promotional content like photo shoots, advertisements, or to make a solo debut, despite no attempt being made by the company to enact any of these demands. It is not when idols, or the groups as a whole, are starved by their companies of music or promotion for extended periods of time. I want to make that much clear. No, the underworked idol is mistreatment created by and for the fans. They will suddenly decide, without any input or word from the idol themselves, that their favorite is miserable in their company. Their proof? A long list of circumstantial, quote-unquote, evidence of the company's presumed lack of care for the idol. This can manifest itself in many innocuous ways, such as an idol's low screen time in a music video, unequal line distribution, and lack of solo schedules. This obviously stems from fans' eagerness to see their favorite idol succeed, gain more exposure, or achieve certain milestones. However, this undesired victimization can lead to misplaced expectations on the idols, potentially contributing to their stress and exhaustion. Not to mention, willfully advocating for a heavier workload when they may have no qualms with their current situation can lead to resentment towards fans for pushing more onto them. In the fast-paced world of K-pop, its constant flow brings with it newer, fresher groups with better concepts and songs. Fans try to, in their mind, keep their idol in the forefront by demanding more work. A visible presence is necessary for an idol to sustain their success and longevity in the competitive K-pop industry. To see idols constantly active and engaged in various projects means less opportunities for them to be outshined. Any period of inactivity or downtime is seen as a missed opportunity to gain more recognition, rather than a well-earned rest. And this brings with it comparisons, especially within the group. If Idol A is constantly promoting in terms of commercials, public appearances, emceeing at a music show or award ceremony, or joining hands with a notable brand as an ambassador, then why isn't Idol B doing the same? Maybe their popularity differs, or the long-term aim in their careers. Regardless of the reason, there is a perceived competition, and Idol B is losing, whether they see it or not. And of course, there will always be those fans. The ones that invest a significant amount of time, money, and emotional energy into supporting their favorite idols, and as a result, feel entitled to have a say in their idol's career and express their opinions about what they believe is best for them, even if the idol themselves is content with their current situation. Whenever I see the new victim of the week on my timeline, I'm reminded of Sakura during her IZ*ONE days, when people kept demanding more lines for her, back when she was basically given scraps. Ad-libs, 1 or 2 lines, and whatever she was given always amounted to her having the least amount of lines or close to it. It was only until the Le Sserafim documentary was released that it was shown that Sakura herself requested less lines, even in her new group. Here's another example. After Nayeon's and Jihyo's long-awaited solo debuts, Jonghyun was next on the list for many onces. Fans were certain that with her vocals, she'd make an amazing candidate for the next member of Twice to debut. So much so, they trended Twitter posts and sent trucks in front of JYP demanding the mistreatment end, only for Jonghyun herself to come forward on Bubble to address the mess caused by none other than her own fans, confirming that she had no intentions on making a solo debut, doubling down that she didn't want to be an idol forever, implying an eventual step down from her role in the group. In both instances, there was a clear projection pushed onto the girls by fans that they were suffering, yearning to do more and yet couldn't because of the big bad company. In truth, this was a domino effect of a continuous trend seen and demonstrated by K-pop fans, the infantilization of K-pop idols. Rather than the self-sufficient individuals they are, K-pop stans instead create a victim narrative around an idol as a shield, to constantly talk down to others and still gain sympathy for their own agenda. Projecting this victimhood onto idols might serve as a way for fans to justify their support and devotion, especially in the face of criticism or negative portrayals in the media. But by positioning their idols as innate victims, they are essentially stripping them of their autonomy and agency, portraying them as passive onlookers rather than active participants in their careers. The pressure and expectations placed on idols by fans can sometimes lead to a disconnect between what fans perceive as mistreatment and the actual desires and needs of the idols themselves. What fans see as mistreatment may not always align with the realities of the industry or the personal choices of the idols. What I'm really trying to get at here is an idol being underworked is not mistreatment, and calling it as such is doing more harm than good. There are serious issues within the K-pop industry. I would never try to deny that. From survival show riggings to mental, sexual, physical abuse, to slave contracts, the list goes on. Mistreatment is not something to be handled lightly, and the repeated diluting of this word is genuinely starting to piss me off. People have become desensitized to it, brushing it off as an everyday occurrence because of the rampant use. Is it unfair? Sure. That doesn't make it mistreatment. Not everything is mistreatment. It really is the boy who cried wolf all over again. Thank you to those who made it this far. I appreciate the support, and I'd love to hear your feedback. See you soon. Bye-bye.